what's Hillary Clinton like? Because I mean, I see this woman, and I actually ran into her at college. She did a talk at college, and there was a girl I was interested in dating. So this girl was very political, and said, come here. Hillary Clinton's gonna do a speech. And I had no, at the time I think I was like 18 or 19. I had no desire to see Hillary Clinton, but I saw, because I'm trying to date this girl.
Of course, you got to do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, that's like the story behind most guys' story. I was trying to date her, so that's how I wound up there. But I'm trying to go out with her, so she said, "Come, Hillary Clinton's going to be here." And I actually ran in. I didn't meet her, I didn't shake her hand or anything. There's a group picture with me in it, but she was there, and I got to hear her speak, and I wasn't really too enamored with her after hearing her speak. It just wasn't. I thought she was kind of boring.
Right.
But then she was then she ran for senator in New York. And at the time I was like, whatever, I can get behind her, whatever, because I wasn't really, politically conscious at the time. And then when she ran against Obama, that's when I really started taking a look at her. Being more liberal at the time, I was for Obama. And I didn't like a lot of things she was saying.
Yeah.
But then when she ran against Trump, I said, this woman is evil. I truly believe in my heart that this woman is not in her foundation a good person. So, just ever since then, she's one of the people that I truly just do not trust, period, point blank. So when you met her for the first time, what was that like? Is she warm and friendly? I mean, because, you could be one way behind the scenes, one way in public. Behind the scenes, what's she like?
Yeah, she's not. And that's a great lead up. When I first met her, I'd already been told. So the guy I replaced, I had like 2 weeks of overlap with him. So I had all these training programs and Black World stuff and working with the Secret Service and getting to know those guys. So I had about 2 weeks overlap. And my predecessor said, Zeke, he says, Clinton's a decent guy. Most of the people on the staff are pretty decent people. But he said, you got to watch out for Hillary, because if you cross her, she will rip your heart out and destroy you. And I saw, so I got that briefing before I ever met her, thank God. And I never upset her in 2 years. But I saw her do that to many, many people. I saw her do it to her husband. She's vindictive. She's profane. She's not the politician. Bill can walk into a room. And I watched this a million times. And again, I wasn't particularly a fan. I was just a military officer working for him. But I'd watch him walk into a room, and he would just own it. And when you shook his hand, you were meeting the President of the United States. You knew it. He knew it. He was very, very friendly, great storyteller, very gregarious. I was ultimately to find that he didn't really have a moral fiber in his body, but he was I went jogging with him. I went to the golf course with him. We hung out basically when he wasn't doing presidential stuff. And Hillary was the exact opposite. Hillary was not nice. And when I first got there, she had a thing where she didn't want, when she was moving. So my office was in the upstairs of the East Wing, which is where her office was. So all her staff was up there too. And she had a thing where she didn't want to see anybody in the hallways of the White House. She didn't want any eye contact. So she'd have to explain, I have to exchange pleasantries with somebody like me saying, good morning, Miss Clinton, or good morning, Miss, First Lady, whatever. She didn't want any of that. So that's how I was introduced to her. And so I realized that there was kind of a no-go zone there. And when she was around Clinton, she's intelligent. She's very intelligent. She's not very articulate. She's smart, and she kept the trains on time. You know what I mean? She kept his thumb on Bill, and especially when he got in trouble with Monica a year later. But she kept his thumb on Bill. Everything worked on time. It was very much like a very fine-tuned Nazi-like organization. When she wasn't there, it was just Bill and the staff. It was like a frat party. It was lighter. It was more fun. People could tell jokes. They weren't worried about running into her in the hallways. He relaxed when she was gone on her trips. He would relax. Air Force One trips were a lot more fun without her. Just stuff like that, he would, when we were on Air Force One, if she was on there, she would insist like that he have all these low carb meals and salads, and if she wasn't there, we were ordering Mexican food and ribs and fried chicken and pizza, and he was just having the time of his life, so it was just like kind of a black and white situation in terms of she was the cold-hearted bitch, and he was the kind of guy who you'd want to have a beer with, on the golf course. So that was their personality. But yeah, I don't like her. I don't trust her. I'm not infatuated with him either. But of the two, if I were to walk into a room right now and see him, he would shake my hand. He would probably give me a hug. She would pull out a knife. So
Wow.
yeah, that's the difference.
Mike Lindell here, and like you, I see our country being destroyed daily. We face massive economic issues, and I can tell you from firsthand experience, there are people in power who threaten the values that have made our country great. Well, I've been a believer in gold and silver for a long time, and I've searched for years for a partner that shares my values. Well, Genesis Gold Group showed me how easy it is to protect your IRA, 401k, or your retirement with gold and silver. Their faith-driven approach to service and stewardship is one that stands out from the rest.
To get your free definitive gold guide and get started learning more about investing in gold and protecting your retirement from uncertain times, visit treasureandtrust.com now. Fill out the basic contact form and a member of the team will be in touch. Again, that's treasureandtrust.com or call 855-625-7760.